Ah, Magandang umaga po, Madam Chair, distinguished colleagues, mga kababayan, mga kapwa ko endorsers. Magandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Alam nyo, ako po'y mahilig maglagay ng titulo sa aking mga speeches. At ang title po ng aking speech today is Duty, Honor, Principle. Tatlo po yan. Martin Luther King Jr. said, and I quote, "The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people." End of quote. Madam Chair, there are moments in public life when silence is convenient, when silence is strategic, when silence is safer. But there are also moments when silence becomes complicity, when to look away is to participate, when to remain quiet is to permit the erosion of the very Constitution we swore to defend. I endorse this fourth impeachment complaint with Congressman Paulo Ortega, not out of anger, not out of partisanship, not out of personal animus. I endorse the fourth impeachment complaint because the allegations before us are grave and quite serious, because they strike at the heart of constitutional order, because they involve the alleged misuse of hundreds of millions in confidential funds, because they involve sworn affidavits, COA findings, documentary irregularities, and most chilling of all, public admissions that, if true, undermine the sanctity of lawful succession and the stability of government. We are not here to convict. We are not here to persecute. We are not even here to prejudge. We are here to determine sufficiency in form and sufficiency in substance. But allow me to stress that sufficiency is not a trivial threshold. It is a constitutional gate. And when credible, detailed, documented allegations are placed before us, allegations of betrayal of public trust, culpable violation of the Constitution, graft and corruption, and other high crimes, this committee does not have the luxury of indifference, because public office is a public trust. These words are not ornamental, Madam Chair. They are not decorative language placed in our Constitution for ceremonial speeches. They are a command, a standard, a warning. When confidential funds are alleged to have been encashed in vast sums and liquidated in implausible time frames, when audit findings raise red flags, when sworn testimony describes physical transfers of cash outside normal channels, when public statements threaten the very officer's name in our Constitution, we cannot say this is inconvenient. We cannot say this is politically difficult. We cannot say let someone else handle it. Why? Because this is our constitutional duty. If the complaint is defective in form, we will say so. If it lacks ultimate facts, we will say so. If it